Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on today's video. My name is Annalise and today we're gonna get spooky with it. So obviously Halloween is just about a week away and I'm very excited for spooky season. I think Halloween's always so exciting, not just because it's Halloween, trick-or-treating, dressing up, but it also means kind of the start of the holiday season because shortly after Halloween's Thanksgiving and then there's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday you celebrate. It's the holiday season and a time to spend with friends and family, which I love. And it's my birthday towards the end of the year, so that's always exciting. Anyway, today I thought I would tell you guys about my top 10 favorite spooky plants that definitely give the Halloween vibe. Now, I definitely don't have all of these plants. I only actually have, I think, about 3 of them. But I've now added some of these to my wish list because I think they just have such an immaculate spooky vibe. Plus, these don't just have to be Halloween plants. If you're into darker foliage and spookier colors, you can have these plants all year round, obviously. So if you want to see some spooky plants, then definitely keep on watching. First up is a plant I think I show you guys quite a bit because I'm obsessed with it. I got it from Planted by Christy in my Shop With Me video, and that is my Philodendron Dark Lord. Now, there's a few reasons why I think this plant is spooky, but the main reason is the color of the foliage. It has a really deep kind of maroon or dark, deep brown red color, which I think definitely gives off spooky vibes. The back is just like a really nice red color. I don't know what exactly it is about this plant, but it definitely just feels spooky to me, especially the backs of the leaves. Maybe that's a good view you can see. I also just love this plant. The growth pattern's so fun. I definitely need to put this guy in a pole soon because the leaves are getting a bit smaller, but I don't even mind. I mean, they're just so, I could literally look at these leaves all day. I'm obsessed with them. But this is our first spooktastic plant. Next up is another obvious one that I know a lot of people have in their collection already, and that is the ZZ Raven. This one has this really unique black foliage. What I think super cool and kind of creepy about this plant is the new leaves come out like a typical ZZ with bright green, and then over time it fades to black and then gives off this vibe. I think that's so cool. I don't know. I just think that's such a unique quality of plants. Not a lot of... Okay, I just leaked everywhere. That's fine. Very spooky. Is there a ghost in here? Maybe. Just kidding. It's just me. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I just think it gives off a super spooky vibe with the black foliage, and they can get really shiny. I did not shine this plant before filming, but the leaves can get super shiny, especially if you use some neem or something to clean them off, and just gives off a Halloween vibe. Okay, next up is the last one that I actually have in my collection, and then the rest I'll just have to put pictures of, but they are on my wish list now, so if you have any of them, definitely let me know. Next up is the ALOCASIA Black Velvet. Now, to me, this one gives off the ultimate Halloween vibes for 2 different reasons, maybe 3 different reasons. First off, the foliage is black, which just screams spooky vibes to me. And then the white veining almost looks like a spider to me. Doesn't it kind of give spider vibes? Like, couldn't you see this as Spider-Man's new logo? That'd be really cool. Planty Spider-Man Halloween costume inspo. Just made that up. Oh my goodness, I keep spilling water. Okay. Anyway, so that's the first thing that I think is super cool. The color and then the veining, and then the backs of the leaves are this beautiful deep purple color, which also gives Halloween vibes. I feel like the common Halloween colors are black and orange, but then also green and purple, and this literally has green and purple. And it just looks like it has spiders all over it. I also just love this plant because it grows super easily, super quickly, and it's just stunning. Next up is a plant I've wanted for a while, and I actually have coming soon. I haven't announced it yet, but I guess I'll give you guys a little information for an upcoming video series that's going to be happening. I recently placed an import order from Green Spaces in Indonesia. And so when that does come, I'll do an unboxing. I'm going to do a video on how to acclimate my imported plants, and then I'll do updates down the line. But in that order, I'm getting this plant, so I'm super excited. And that is a Syngonium erythrophyllum. They are so, so beautiful. So first off, they don't really look like the traditional Syngonium. They don't have the super thin leaves. They don't have the same shape of leaves. I'll insert a picture, of course, but they have a thicker, kind of more glossy leaf, and the top of the leaf is completely black, and then the bottom is this like blood red color. I love plants that have different colors on each side of the leaf. I know in my wish list video, I mentioned I wanted a philodendron bicolor for that exact reason, but the Syngonium erythrophyllum definitely has that appeal, and it has 2 super spooky, dark, moody vibe colors. So that is the next one on the list, on my wish list, and on its way. Yay! Next up is a plant that kind of goes along with the Alocasia black velvet that I already showed, but I think it gives off really creepy and almost kind of gross vibes to me, and that is the Alocasia CUPREA. Now, no shade if you have a CUPREA and love it. I've seen some that look decent to me. For some reason though, they really give me the vibe that they look like a bug. Has anyone else ever felt this way about the CUPREA? Like, they just look like a purple cockroach or something to me. No shade if you have them and love them. Like, they really can be stunning, and if that's your cup of tea, that's your cup of tea. But to me, they very much give like bug vibe, kind of spooky vibe, and they have this really deep purpley black color. I do like the color itself, but somehow the color combined with the shape and the texture is just kind of odd to me. But that's another spooky plant. I don't think this one's exactly on my wish list because, as I said, it's not really my cup of tea, but if you like spooky plants, that's a good one. I've seen people get really massive leaves on their CUPREA, which is pretty cool. Definitely a statement plant and definitely different than any other plant that you would already have in your collection. Okay, next up is a terrarium begonia, which I have none of. I don't even have a terrarium, but that's something that down the line I definitely want to try out. I want to try making my own terrarium, and maybe this will be one of the terrarium plants that I put in there. This next spooky plant is called a Begonia PTERISANTHES. Probably said that wrong, I'll put the spelling on the screen, but it has the coolest look ever. It has these black shiny leaves. Sorry, I'm looking at the picture down here, but it has these black shiny leaves, and the outline of the leaves are white, which is super cool. And then the whole leaf looks like a bat, which you can't get more Halloweeny than a bat. I think this plant looks so, so cool. I don't know how common it is or how easy it is to get, but if you have a terrarium and you want to add kind of some different colors into your terrarium, terrariums I see often have a lot of just green, shades of green, but if you want a statement plant in your terrarium, definitely check this one out. The shape is so cool. This plant just looks so stunning to me and so unique. You really never see plants like this, at least in my experience. I don't have any plants that look remotely like this. Next up is another genus of plants that I don't have any of, but I think are super cool and I want to get into, and that is a piper. Specifically, the piper capense has this super cool black foliage. The texture looks kind of corrugated. It almost looks like a Anthurium luxurians kind of texture, that bumpy texture, kind of like a Monstera Peru texture, but the leaf is completely black and glossy. I really don't know anything about piper. If you have one, comment down below, but they seem really unique. Every single piper I've seen has super, super cool foliage that really doesn't remind you of anything. So I think if I do get a piper, this would definitely be one of the top ones on the list because I love that darker foliage and I do love shiny foliage as well. Okay, and next up is the Anthurium Ace of Spades. Now, I know this is a really popular Anthurium that is really hard to get right now. They're not really super readily available on the market. I'll put a picture next to me, but the dark version of this plant is so, so stunning. The leaves are this beautiful black color. It almost looks like it has a satin texture. It actually reminds me of, let me grab it. This is my Anthurium pappy. And this is almost what the Ace of Spade leaf looks like to me. The lobes are a little closer together usually, and the leaf is like basically black, but it has this same kind of metallic-y sheen. I don't know if it'll really come across on camera, but that's what it kind of looks like to me. The picture, obviously, that I put up, you can see it's really a deep, deep, dark black color, which this is not, but it still has a similar energy. So I am obsessed with this plant, so I think the Ace of Spade, if I'm ever lucky enough to be able to get one, I think I would definitely want to have it in my collection just because of how much I've loved this plant. This was actually one of my first Anthurium, and I now understand the hype because how could you not? So next up, I of course had to include at least one carnivorous plant on this list because how creepy is it that a plant can eat living things? So I chose the Venus flytrap because I think it just has the creepiest, coolest look. It basically looks like the leaves have teeth on them. I'll insert a picture here. When I was searching, I actually found a picture that freaked me out so much because, I don't know, it just did. I'll insert it here, but it was basically someone who dressed up as a kind of version of a Venus flytrap. And you can see they added some really cool human-esque features, like they added actual teeth and eyeballs, but that made it just so much creepier. So if you're thinking about a Halloween costume and you want to be really gross and creepy, maybe this is a good idea. But I thought the Venus flytrap definitely gave off that weird, creepy vibe, not only because it just looks creepy, but it does something really creepy. Wow, how many times can I say creepy? Anyway, moving along, that is plant number 9. We have one left, and that is the brain cactus, also known as the MAMMILARIA elongata cristata cactus. That's a long name. I'll just call it the brain cactus, but this cactus literally looks like a brain. Halloween vibes for sure. I love how the cactus almost looks fuzzy. I've never seen one in person, so I don't know if it actually is fuzzy, but it looks fuzzy. It looks kind of like an old man cactus almost, but in this weird spirally pattern. So if you're into unique cacti and you have the conditions to grow cacti, I feel like this one's a super cool and unique one. Definitely gives off very different vibes from a traditional, you know, a tall cactus or a euphorbia, something like that. This definitely has a unique feel. So if you're in the market for more cactus, I would definitely consider this one because it gives off the perfect spooky vibe, but will look good year round. Anyway, those are my top 10 spooky plants this season. Which was your favorite? Comment down below. And if you have any more spooky plants you think that need to be mentioned, definitely comment down below. Also, if you're doing a Halloween costume that is plant related, I would love to see it. I think it would be cool if enough people do, and maybe like send me a DM on Instagram with a picture if you are doing a planty Halloween costume. It'd be really fun to maybe do a video kind of talking about them and showing them, because I wish I were doing a plant costume. I'm not, sadly, but I think that's such a cool idea, especially after seeing that Venus flytrap costume. I'm definitely inspired for next year. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great Halloween if you celebrate, or if not, I hope you eat some candy. If you eat candy, if not, I hope you eat something that you like, and otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.